Leg 3 in the preparations on LG Flatron start early in Buenos Aires.
This is a day. That's a day's day. In fact, 3 of these are a day. It's obviously got the breakfast, snacks, lunch, dinner, all laid out.
Beef mince with pies and mash. Why's got a question mark around it?
Even with their teammate, Tiger Tim Farnell, on board for the first time, this leg to Wellington would test the team as never before, as they rounded Cape Horn, feared by sailors everywhere.
Okay, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Get everybody about! Run it down, somebody! Okay, tacking!
The winds are again light as the race starts, but soon the wind starts to fill in, bringing one of Argentina's legendary fierce pamperos.
Stand by for a change here, guys. We stick a reef in and stand by to go for number 2.
Okay, well, we've just peeled the spinnaker. Consequently, I need to go up and attach the new sheet and guide to the clue of the 0.75 spinnaker behind me.
Where are the sheets and guides?
They're here, attached to me. I'm going to go up, clip them onto the clue, which you can see just above my head, clip them on, and then come back again, safe and sound.
The route for the first half of the trip takes the fleet south past the Falkland Islands and through the Straits de la Mer, before engaging the fury of the seas heading towards them past Cape Horn.
Amanda, how are you feeling?
Well, it's exactly what they said it would be like. Only 50 knots of wind on the second day back here. I just hope that it eases off a little bit. Allow us to get our breath and recover a little bit. I don't think I can film for 20 days of this.
Why did you go for a leg that was going to be like 50 knots and icy cold?
I just did it for the actors in the conversation to say that I landed the whole of the LG Flatron.
It's the start of the Southern Ocean. A little present for to go in your right ear.
Traditionally, sailors who had round Cape Horn had the ear closest to land pierced as a badge of honour. As Bob Bell had already got his ear pierced in advance, he had to stand facing the wrong way, as he'd had his left ear pierced, not his right. But regardless of earrings, if the team had been looking forward to plenty of storms, then they weren't disappointed. And soon enough, the only sail changes they knew how to make were those in heavy weather. Though nothing stopped their enjoyment of Christmas.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 9 ladies dancing, 7 swans are swimming, 4 collie birds, 3 French hens, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Annie got one present she didn't bargain on, however, and on her birthday too.
It happened because I was in a hurry to read my emails, which hopefully are wishing me happy birthday, and I climbed over the back of this seat here. And something that all of us do all of the time, and I missed my footing and hit my head, I think, on the corner of the galley.
58 degrees south. I think we're in the doldrums here. Funny enough, we're right bang in the middle of a low pressure, right in the centre of it. It doesn't look like a huge amount of wind around us. My concern is the guys to the north might have sailed around us. We've got these very light southeasterlies. Every Saturday we fly the Spinnaker. We covered the ground and managed to get around Waypoint Charlie in second place.
Cape Horn and so on brought the fleet together, and Waypoint Charlie seems to have divided the fleet.
Yes, and that was primarily because boats who had opted to be in the south didn't come back to the north early enough.
With powerful weather systems moving through every 4 or 5 days, the process of downloading the weather forecasts on the internet was vital to ensure that not only the right route was chosen to make the most of the wind, but also that the worst storms were avoided. Though inevitably the constant pounding of the boat started to take its toll.
Yeah, this is what happens when a leech line block fails.
Sails in particular, the boat's engines during the race, took a great deal of punishment.
What we've got is a rip across one of the panels and down the leech line itself from the head. But the actual block webbing loop parted.
I'm being a bobbin, and I'm passing the needle back up.
And it was a crew priority to get them in working order when they did tear.
Replace about a metre of this rough tape.
And it would turn out that looking after the sails was a big part of what was to come. Once round Cape Horn, it was a game of who could stay south for longest before heading back up to Wellington. But even on the last day of racing, with LG lying in second place to Olympic by 10 miles, it became evident that the Southern Ocean had by no means finished with the teams. Unexpected hurricane-force winds funneled down the valleys around Cape Palliser and forced the team to fly the bare minimum of sail to avoid being knocked down. Olympic, however, were bolder with their sail choice, a gamble that did not pay off when their headsail shredded in the wind and cost them time in recovery, allowing Flatron to slip past them to claim their second consecutive first place. After a hectic morning watch where everyone on board did their bit to keep the boat intact and moving as fast as possible towards the finish line, the view of the entrance to Wellington Harbour with the promise of fresh food, calmer waters, and more importantly 12 points more on the leaderboard was most welcome. The last few miles into the finish line certainly provided some dramatic looking scenes, with Flatron flying her bright orange storm staysail with 3 reefs in the main. And it was evident from the late appearance of the helicopter, usually the first visitor for the leg winner nearing port, that it was a win that no one was expecting, as the morning's favourite Olympic were clearly expected ahead of LG. However, the warmth of the welcome on the quayside from the thousands of Wellingtonians was truly humbling.
We had 74 knots of wind out there and just unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. We didn't actually think we'd close in on Olympic, but amazingly, probably the wind helped us. We were a little bit more organised, got our sails down and just hung in there. I mean, it was a wild, wild place.
So Flatron took 12 points from the leg and extended their lead further. But once more, as the team said farewell to some crewmates and welcomed new ones, it was time to make sure that the ability to function as a team, never more needed than on the final morning into Wellington, was honed, and the skills that allowed 18 people to live together in such a confined space were refined. They had won the first of the Southern Ocean legs, but there was a long way to go before they could claim the title of Kings of the Southern Ocean, and further yet again before they could call themselves race champions.